I'm going to just hit the record button, and there we go. So I want to thank everybody who's joining us today on this chilly Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully everybody is getting our newsletters every Monday. If you're not, just send us your email. We'll make sure you get on our email list. We have some really great events coming up. Most of them, all of them that are on the schedule right now are free for our members and even our non-members. And we have a big, exciting thing happening. We're going to be relaunching Accessories Magazine, and our first issue will be out on January 4th. So you're definitely going to want to take a look at that. We're really excited about the way it's coming together. And if anybody has questions or wants information on editorial or advertising, you just let us know on that too. But today we are here to meet and talk to one of our newer members, the team from Fashwire, and Kimberly, who's in Seattle. I love hearing and seeing where everybody is, by the way. It's definitely cool. And one of the things that we've really enjoyed, if one can enjoy anything about this period, it's that we've gotten to see and meet and talk to so many of our members in different places. And in the past, we would have been in New York, and now, now we can talk to people all over the world. And so we're excited to have a group with us today. But Kimberly, she's the founder and CEO of innovative fashion two-sided marketplace, Fashwire. We're going to learn a lot about that today. She comes with over 20 years of experience, although looking at her picture, she must have started when she was in about 7th grade for that to be true, because I'm not buying it, but it says that here. So she's got 15 years working with multi-brand retail space, and is really in an interesting spot because she's an intersection of tech and commerce and fashion, and it's all things that we need to be paying attention to today. With Fashwire, she saw an opportunity for low cost, our favorite word, scalable solution to help emerging designers. And I see a lot of our emerging designers online. Her experience in mobile and tech and has all been applied to her fashion knowledge. And I think you're going to see how it comes together with Fashwire today. So Kimberly, welcome. We're going to have a time for you to present and then ask questions. It's always helpful if you ask the questions along the way. You can put them into the chat area. You can, put them into the comment area. You could send them to me privately. We'll make sure that Kimberly has a chance to answer them. And so Kimberly, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for having me. It's super exciting to be here. And just in this last year, what we've all been through, it's really great to be able to share our own personal journey and what we've seen through our own data and intelligence. But like you mentioned, Fashwire, for those of you who don't know, it's a global platform, a two-sided marketplace providing over 350 designers from more than 30 countries vital insight into consumer shopping and behavior patterns. Designers then receive this data, which empowers them to make intelligent production decisions, improving margins and profitability. With Fashwire being an app, the best way I feel to show you the Fashwire experience is through our company video. So I am going to right now share my screen. Go. Make this as smooth as possible. And here we go.
We're really giving retailers, consumers, a simple, easy, cost-effective solution to have access to brands and designers that they wouldn't have had without us. The ideal user of Fashwire is somebody who I think is passionate about fashion and really wants to find the new upcoming trends, but also knows what they like. Also somebody who enjoys swiping and interacting. There's a social media aspect where you can share your favorite looks and tag your favorite designers, follow other users. So somebody who just really understands and wants to grow with fashion and be part of a fashion community. Fashwire is an amazing opportunity for brands and designers to gain global exposure.
One of the reasons that we wanted to be part of Fashwire was just period that it's been hard for us to figure out who our woman is on social media and how to target her specifically. Maybe she's not on Instagram, maybe she's on something else. And we thought Fashwire would be so perfect because it's very specified to the person that's going on there for fashion. We love being a part of something like this.
Fashwire, especially for many artisans, I think it's this whole idea of elevating the profile. And I believe that 60 of the brands are sustainable fashion, and it's really a significant representation, I think, of what's so important to the consumer today.
The swiping technology is really beneficial because the instant analytics give you the opportunity to identify what is resonating with actual consumers, and it allows you to make better buying design decisions on the back end.
How can we, through the supply chain, just make less to begin with? And the idea is that if we can do more on demand, if we can do more virtual showrooms so people can order before the product is actually made, there's a significant opportunity not only to drive sustainability, but profitability as well for brands, retailers, and also supply chain companies.
And so the user who is swiping through or influencing these trends now has that direct relationship to the brand and can choose what they feel like they identify with versus finding another t-shirt online. Watching the development of the app, kind of seeing it grow from only a couple of designers to over 200 and people getting excited. I really see the opportunity to be able to shop on a global scale. If you want to log on today and shop in France or log on tomorrow and shop in Japan, you have the opportunity to do so on Fashwire. It's really exciting to see that develop and continue to grow.
Okay, I'm back. All right. So with that said, today's consumer expects more than a transactional relationship with designers and brands. They want the seamless and personalized journey that reflects the context of how they shop across devices and channels. With the pandemic canceling so many events and experiences, consumers are expecting more from brands that they love and buy from. It is not enough anymore to simply just push product, even when it's online. People want more. They are looking for real experiences. As the CEO and founder of Fashwire, here's what our business intelligence has shown us in the customer journey. First, it's super important that you inspire your customer. And the way you can inspire your customer is you can create a more immersive and engaging experience by making it fun and creative. Like, what else can the customer experience while shopping? Can they learn something new? Can they participate in something? Make sure that their feedback and opinion matters. Make sure whether it's email or texting or just customer engagement when they make their purchases, answer all of these questions to yourself when you create with what you create and offer to your customers. That personalization is really key as we move forward. Engagement. Engagement is, I believe, everything. Give your customers the opportunity to be social and engage with others. Brands and designers, they need to be aware of the compulsion most people have nowadays to share what they are doing or what they buy with their friends and family, especially on social media. I think we've all seen the Instagram shoppable stories, and when people are purchasing through Instagram, customers see more value in owning a product or being associated with the brand they feel worthy of and telling their network about. Even when visiting a store, I mean, I'm in my store right now, they look for experience that they can talk about on social media. Encourage social media engagement to your customer base, both online and in store. Tell them to post it online, tell them to tag you, tell them to share it with their friends, and that will create a bigger network for you and your customer base. Make it personal. People want to feel like they're valued as a customer. Offering products that are customized to their personal preferences is keeping them coming back. VIP programs have never been more important. Frequent shoppers, we're all feeling the economic strain, whether you're a store owner, whether you're a shopper, whether you're a brand, and customers are being lured by lower prices and competitors' brands. Focusing on loyalty rewards and highly personalized offers can help. Hello? Oh, I thought I heard somebody ask a question.
It's Karen. I just did a little more muting.
Oh, okay. All right. So back to making it personal. Focus on loyalty rewards and highly personalized offers that can help. Stay current on evolution and technology. Adapt to all disruptive tools to your specific values, history, and even heritage. In one word, stay true to your brand. Stay true to your DNA of your brand. Last, make it real. Above all, you need to represent your brand's values, whether you're sustainable, whether you're philanthropic, whatever you are doing to represent your brand's identity. Consumers want that authenticity, not having a product pushed on them, like I mentioned earlier, and just be sure you represent what you stand for, because they're paying attention. They're online more than ever. They're watching what you're doing. They're watching who's wearing you. They're watching what your social media. Just stay true to yourself. With Fashwire, we offer all of this and more. First, we do have a global experience. So we give you the opportunity to shop around the world from more than 350 designers from over 35 countries. We really went from just over 200 last December to over 350 this year. The pandemic really showed, the value of Fashwire and our direct-to-consumer connection. Make it an interactive journey. So we do that as well. So our user base can discover new brands, established brands, and products while swiping with what we like to call Swipe the Edit. On the homepage of our app, we have this feature that we update every other day of what's resonating with consumers, our bestseller, and our most popular votes. So you can go in and you can see our new brands and also engage with our current brands. Fashwire's immersive swipe voting leverages that real-time data on the consumer shopping behavior patterns, and which empowers the designers to make the better design choices based on customer feedback. The opportunity to engage and socialize. So we have our own social feed called My Wire. It's very similar to Instagram, where you can upload posts, but really it's just for our community base, and it's all about fashion. So consumers can connect and interact with our portfolio of designers and other users, creating this fashion community and connecting people from all over the world with a common interest. And that's what's been so great about this past year, as we've all been home. Fashwire has been able to offer our brands, our user base from around the world. And I think it's super important because people are discovering people everywhere now. And with our hyperconnectivity feature, you even get that additional technology to share with your consumer base. Curation. With us, the more people swipe, shop, and save, the more specific the designer's offering becomes, giving the consumer exactly what they want from the designers they love or the ones they would like to learn about. And last but not least, FashGive, our philanthropic arm. With our FashGive charitable arm, we represent what we stand for, which is not just connecting consumers and designers, but giving back to the communities we all serve. We consistently offer a percentage of our app downloads to nonprofit organizations. So for the month of December, we are currently donating $1 for every download of the app to the App Store and Google Play to Russell Wilson and Sierra's Why Not You Foundation. It's a nonprofit dedicated to fighting poverty through education, empowering youth to lead with a Why Not You attitude. And I think for all designers and brands right now, we all have to lead with the Why Not You attitude, because we can all do this and we can all navigate together through collaboration and personalized efforts and conquer this pandemic with fashion. So while the next normal is still taking shape and customer expectations will continue to shift in response, brands that continue to focus on the customer experience and respond with agility and innovation in their omni-channel experience will fare better and strengthen their ties to their customers. And with that said, I would love to answer any questions that anybody has, or Karen, any questions that you have.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start with some fundamental questions because people have been joining us all along, and I want them to, just kind of remind everybody what you're doing. So first of all, what inspired you to launch this? What was your
I opened a clothing store, not this one today, but I opened a clothing store in Seattle in 2005. And, back then I came from tech, and I opened a store because I'm a marketing background, and I'd been hired by a boutique to go on a buying trip with her and plan her event. And of course, I went on my first buying trip, and I still to this, well, not right now, but when we get back to the showrooms, I still get butterflies when I walk into a showroom and I get to feel and touch and see all the products. So that inspired me to open the store. And then to Fashwire came because I had all these ideas that technology couldn't yet perform. And I saw early on that fashion was not going to survive without adapting to tech. And I continued to think about the concept of Fashwire, and really merging the two worlds became the catalyst for the Fashwire platform.
Gotcha. So, and what makes that unique versus others? There's a lot of stuff out there.
So for us, I believe harnessing the power of data is key. Fashwire's B2B and B2C offerings provide business solutions using the real-time data to generate actionable insights into consumer behavior for trend forecasting, instead of solely relying on the traditional ways of trend forecasting, which requires observation and data collection from fashion designers, trend spotters, and influencers. Brands can instantly have this access to the data from consumers that allows for planning the right styles and quantities in a timely, efficient, and very relevant manner right now.
Gotcha. So, which leads into my next question is how do brands sign up? How do they get involved?
So it's really easy. If you're a contemporary fashion designer and brand and you'd like to join the Fashwire community, you can apply directly on our website, or you can contact Valeria Amaral at valeria@fashwire.com with details of your brand, including your website address. We focus on contemporary and luxury brands, and emerging and established. But emerging, we are pretty open to reviewing and really understanding your brand and your brand story, and would love to get you on.
Great. So, it'd be helpful if we can just type that email into the chat so everybody has it for the contact, and we'll also send it to you in the follow-up. So, okay, I've applied, you've accepted me. How do you support me? What happens next?
So besides giving them incredible insights into their customers, we promote our designers on our own social platforms, highlight them in the apps and on the website, exposure through events, and repost anything they tag or highlight us in. We recently just did a pitch competition, our first one, and our designers applied. We narrowed it down to 10, and it was a really incredible experience, I think, for our designers to not only create videos about their brands to just get in the top 10, but also it was great to have them come on and present to an industry expert panel of judges that were able to provide great feedback. And then additionally, we provide constant communication or engagement with our designers, even after they've finished the onboarding process, to create an amazing designer experience for them through our Fast Talks, which is designer interviews to give more exposure. And really being close to our designers helps us continue to improve the Fashwire platform.
Gotcha. It's crazy times. Where do you think retail's going? What's your prediction? You're sitting in a retail store.
An empty one.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh. You want the short list or the long list? Really, I believe, the industry is clearly experiencing radical change thanks to digitization. I'm confident that the trends will remain an important channel of expressing one's own personality, as we've discussed throughout this presentation. Inspiration, discovering new products, and personalization are customer requirements that will continue to drive designers and brands to constantly evolve, innovate, and unify their omnichannel efforts to shoppers' paths to purchase, really, as frictionless as possible. It has to be seamless. Additionally, I think the new age customer is choosing to do their bit in giving back to society. There has been a huge increase in the number of people that choose to interact with a designer or buy from them after seeing that they support a cause that is commonly shared. More than discounts, as a marketing nerd, for a cause marketing, I really believe is what will drive sales for our online retailers and our brands.
Gotcha. So how in this challenging time can you advise our companies? How do you retain your customer? How do you maintain that relationship?
Yeah, I think everybody has to use technology to create digitally enabled seamless experiences. Convenience and customer options are key. using technology to amplify the values that your brand stands for is going to be super important to keep your customers. You have to communicate with them. I think communication is so key, and just understanding what they want and what they need, that is going to keep your customers engaged with you, keep them following you on your social platforms, and keep them purchasing from you.
Yeah. So since most of our audience are accessories designers, are they selling on Fashwire? Do you have accessory companies on already?
Oh yes, we have. Actually, one of our accessory companies just came in third place, Shannon Kozik, in our pitch competition. But yeah, we have several accessory brands, and we have everything from shoes to jewelry to belts to bags, handbags. It makes up a great portion of our platform.
Got you. And so any advice, special advice for our accessory companies?
You know, everyone has to start somewhere. So I would say don't be afraid if at first you only have a few things in your portfolio, or if things are slowing down. It is going to grow, it's going to change, it's going to evolve. Enter competitions like the one we just had. Put in your portfolio or your lookbooks evidence of industry experience that you've been a part of, and fill it with the things you're most proud of. You know, most importantly, make sure you're happy with your portfolio, with what you're representing, and then get industry expert advice from whoever you can. That is what has really helped me, is really reaching out to people in the industry who have the knowledge in their own fields, or even in my field that I may not know. And at the end of the day, it's me or it's you. You have to be passionate about what is in your brand's portfolio or what your brand is offering.
Mm-hmm. So someone asked about the competition. Are you going to do another one? Our companies love competitions.
Of course we are. We are going to do another competition in Q1, and we are working on the details of that now.
So hopefully when that happens, we'll be able to share it with all of our members.
Absolutely.
We'd love to do that. Any trends that you've noticed this year? Anything that's happening on the platform, or?
You know, it's been an unusual year for the fashion world, and the pandemic has had an impact on all of us. But the trends that I'm seeing on our platform are all about the easy to wear with casual but cool looks and comfy staples. I'm also seeing a lot of that chunky jewelry, you know, in some of the Zoom calls I'm on, or what I'm seeing selling on our platform. Denim, flats, slip-on, you know, the slip-on shoes, like clogs are really big. And the relaxed silhouettes, zip-up knits, oversized sweaters, and the tinted shades, another accessory that are pretty popular with hoop earrings is another one.
Yeah. So someone asked if you have to be a member to participate in the competition. So
you have to be a designer on the Fashwire platform. It is only for our portfolio of designers.
Okay. You mentioned consumer buying changing. Any other insights on that?
Well, I think we all know that consumers are more drawn to sweatpants and luxury items, more than luxury items. So while the consumer fashion preferences are changing, they're not moving away from fashion itself. We see that on social. They're just opting for more appropriate fashion pieces, such as, I guess the word would be confinement-friendly loungewear and activewear. And then whatever they can, put, on for their Zoom calls. Consumers definitely want to express themselves. And with social, like I just mentioned, there's this increase in these posts on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest that we are seeing that's related to fashion in different ways. These include promoting an outfit, sharing fashion projects, or showing off one's quarantine look, or experimenting with looks from their own personal style. Like for Fashwire, as I mentioned, we use our My Wire social feature to encourage our user base to enter our own contests, show off their favorite looks, and promote their favorite brands. And we're just seeing that everywhere. And that goes back to get your customers posting about you. And because that's going to just get that loyalty and introduce new users to your brand.
Gotcha. there's a couple questions on there. Let me make sure I got all of them. But while I'm looking to make sure I have all the questions answered, you know, there's a lot, people seem to be wanting things of meaning, whether it's sustainable or ethically produced, or, you know, you mentioned giving back to a cause. How important is that? What are you seeing, and how do you meet that need?
So, like I mentioned before, our philanthropic arm, FashGive, is a powerful way to connect consumers to fashion while also giving back to the pandemic. You know, discovering designers and shopping for yourself or others becomes a function of really doing good during a remarkable, challenging time. So for us, it's like, you know, our app is a paid app, and I get that question a lot as well. But this affords us the ability to give $1 download to a cause, as well as I have found in my own data that people that pay for the app are more likely to buy from the brands. And I would rather have meaningful users who will shop our brands than a mass download of users who just download to swipe. And so, and I think that, you know, just like we're doing, you know, right now, donating $1 to Why Not You Foundation, Fashwire it's an integral part of Fashwire. And for us, giving back to nonprofit organizations gives us that continued opportunity to explore multiple philanthropic partnerships while putting forward global initiatives to create discovery around our whole entire designer community.
Yeah, we've always seen that, all things created equal, consumers would rather purchase something from a brand that gives back to a cause, or does something for a cause that they find meaningful than not. So, you know, we always like those kinds of items. Does anyone else have questions? I'm flipping back through to make sure I got everything. There's definitely a few questions about the competition, so we're definitely going to follow up on that. Do you maybe want to talk a little bit more about what the criteria was and what you were looking for in that?
Sure. So what we did is we put it out to our designers, and then they all applied. And the reason that I came up with this for Fashwire is that I recently did a startup grind pitch competition where I won. And I had to submit a video, and I really found the learning experience of going through that process really helped me grow in my own brand and in Fashwire, and helped me have an understanding of what it really means to really, you know, pitch your brand, you know, whether it's for money, whether it's to gain users or to gain customers. And I thought that it would be so great for our designers to have the opportunity to do the same thing. And I, you know, ended up winning the competition, which was a very first win for fashion and tech. So go fashion. And but my criteria for our designers were really just tell us your brand story, you know, pitch your brand, show us, you know, give us it was a 1-minute presentation to me and the Fashwire team and advisory board to really look to see, you know, which brands were our top 3. And I'd send it out to the judges as well. And the brands really did a great job. And it was a really hard to narrow it down to the top 3. And you know, all of them had a cause, all of them had an amazing brand story. And really the criteria was, you know, how did you pitch your brand? And, you know, did you represent your product well? And are you giving back? And will your company be able to sustain longevity through this pandemic? And we really went through that piece of it. Also, there's stories that that tug at your heartstrings. And so with us, it was Reflex One, and, you know, and they really did an amazing job, not only with their presentation, but the history and the background. Really, even our competition, the brands in our competition were like, that's the person that needs to take first place. And it really comes down to how you share your brand story, how you articulate, you know, what have you done through the pandemic to increase your brand's awareness, and what's your plans moving forward?
Gotcha.
And it was important also that I picked judges in the industry. So we had, Tommy Fazio from New Order, and we had Sharifa from Liberty Fairs, and we had Tori Durrell, who is an executive at Pokemon, because we have the gamification, but she was formerly Microsoft. But really having that combination of tech and fashion really helped give a really diverse judging panel that really it enabled us to see all sides.
Gotcha. And I do know from someone that there was a $10,000 prize, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and through our Fash Give, that is how we were able to do that. And I think that's what's important for brands is, and going back to just even, we even take the philanthropic piece, not out of it, but giving your customers, a free, something free if you can, or some type of with a purchase. And I've just known from my own experience, and I can talk to owning a store. Like we're obviously a startup, and I've raised money, and one investor came in to return something. She wasn't an investor at the time. And I owed her she owed me like $10. And I'm like, you know what? Keep your $10. I got you. Now she's one of my biggest investors. And that's a story that resonates with me about free. And then also I've had customers come into the store and, or they were running by and they needed a mask, and I gave them a mask because, it's super important to wear a mask right now. But they came back and ended up spending like almost $300 to $400 in the store just because I gave them a free mask. And that mask didn't cost me, it didn't break my bottom line to give that. And I think that's really a true, authentic example from two examples, one from the investor side and one from just a store owner and and giving a mask away so.
Well, these are it's sage wisdom, they're little things, and it does make a big difference. And Ed, if you needed that mask, I can't tell you how many times I run out and don't have it. You feel very grateful. So little things make a big difference, especially now. I think small acts of kindness go very far.
Absolutely.
So is there anything else we should know about Fashwire? Like, how does one apply? Where do we get more information? What kind of costs are involved for our members?
So to sign up for Fashwire, it's free. We do take a percentage from each transaction directed via the Fashwire platform. And it's not a secret. We take 15%. And we feel that's, it used to be more, but with the pandemic, we have lowered our percentage fees. To download the app, it is $2.99. $1 of that goes to charity. And it's for our users. We have found that hasn't seemed to be an issue for them. And we do have, people shopping. So I do believe that if you're a brand, emerging or established, you will find value on the Fashwire platform through our own community and what we've achieved through the pandemic with our own successes this past year.
So really, once you're accepted, nothing to lose. You've got it's like putting product in the store. They're buying it from your website. You're fulfilling it. You're just paying a percentage for.
Exactly. All the brands, we direct the consumers to their website. And then also the brands, we do all the uploading. All we need is for designers to either give us a Dropbox or we can scrape their site with their permission. And then we onboard them to the Fashwire platform within a few days. And then we send out an interview to you so that we can highlight you in our Fash Talks. And we try to highlight our new designers within the week of getting them up and onboarded. So it's a pretty easy process. Low cost solution.
Yeah. Sounds like why not, right?
Hey, why not you?
Why not? All right. Well, if anyone has any other questions, pop them up now, or you can feel free to reach out to me or the team from Fashwire. We'll put you in touch with them. We will follow up. We'll give you a link to the team so you can get your applications in, because why not?
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for joining us. Everyone be safe. Kind of crazy right now. So wear your masks, and we hope to see you all soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.